Whether sexual, emotional, or verbal, victims tell us their abuse isn't just hard to leave. It's often hard to recognize. Now, one Oregon City woman isn't just telling her story, she's directing it. My co-anchor Regie Acqui joins us now to show us the dramatic way this abuse victim is trying to help others. Reggie.
Steph, Mary Knight was a social worker herself, an expert in recognizing and dealing with spousal abuse. For nearly 2.5 decades, she didn't recognize the abuse in her own marriage. She's getting ready now to premiere a film she wrote and directed about that experience, and she's telling her story to try and break the abuse cycle for others.
Oh, we have a family of deer that started living here before we did. And
beautiful surroundings. The one thing her life now and her life then have in common.
My sister and I would go just exploring through the woods, and that was kind of our getaway.
Otherwise, this Oregon City filmmaker's early life was something out of a horror film.
I had an extremely abusive childhood. I was prostituted as a child. My parents produced child pornography and used me as in it.
Mary Knight didn't even remember that abuse until she was in her 30s.
What about me? What about what I want?
Until she says she was being abused again.
You don't care about me anymore, do you? This house is always a mess.
The names are changed, and these are actors playing Mary and her ex-husband. The story, though, is based on the verbal abuse she suffered. She plays a counselor in the film, her former real-life profession.
I was a psychotherapist, and I would think, you know, if one of my clients was treated like that by her husband, I would say that was abusive. And so I started being able to kind of see that some, but then things would get better.
She stayed in the marriage 23 years before leaving. Years later, she would write a script on her computer, shoot a film at a friend's house, and collect the crew through Craigslist.
One man's anger, one woman's love. Watching this, I think, well, why didn't I just leave then, you know, when my...
The story of her life ready for its debut. It's a story more common than you might think.
The statistic is in Oregon that 1 in 4 women will, in her lifetime, will experience domestic or sexual violence. I'm Pamela White, and I'm the development director with Clackamas Women's Services.
The organization teamed up with Mary Knight on her film.
It's a wonderful opportunity for education for people in our community who don't understand domestic violence and who don't understand that domestic violence doesn't have to be black and blue.
And as Mary would tell you, isn't always destined for a sad ending.
I have such a happy life. I mean, it's just like, a lot of times you kind of wait until something else happens good, but it's good right now.
Her cycle of abuse broken. Now she's ready to help others find peace.
Yay, we got it.
Through film.
And Mary Knight is remarried now and doing very well. Her film debuts Monday night at a local venue, and she's happy to announce that that event is just about sold out. She's planning more screenings in the future. Clackamas Women's Services operates a 24-hour support line. That's the number you see here on the screen. It's 503-654-2288. That number and Mary's website about her film is on our website, kgw.com. Click on news links. It's an incredible story, Steph.
It really is. Reggie, thank you for that and for the information.